Hi everyone.
Hi.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Emily.
And welcome to What the Fuck. Apparently the new theme of the podcast is keep it loose. So
Chaos reigns.
Buckle up for that. One fun new thing in the intro, if the construction noises get much above where they are right now, we're just gonna kind of stop and stare at the camera and let them pass. And I'm not gonna edit them out.
Just like if there was a plane going overhead. Or possibly also the tram noise. We have a really quiet and peaceful shop.
It is when the music is on.
Yes.
In our defense, our shop is very quiet and peaceful with the music on, and especially
when
when
I'm not
Emily
listening
is
to
here.
murder mysteries.
Right. Emily and I have a different situation. I tend to try to see how long I can possibly play punk music for before I have to turn it off each day. What's your opinion?
I did have to skip a song when we had our last customer because she commented that the socks weren't appropriate, so I don't think she would have liked the song that was playing.
What song?
It wasn't that bad, but there was some swear words in there, so I was like,
spicy?
let's just
What song was
skip
it,
that
Emily?
one.
Tell the people.
It was the National, believe it or not.
I believe that. They swear a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Anyway.
So, wow, hi. Welcome to our knitting podcast, or not. We'll find out. This might turn into a
I'm
music
knitting,
podcast.
right?
Yeah, I'm
That's
not.
the same.
So we have an action-packed show for you today, hopefully. I have two projects to talk about. Emily's got some stuff to talk about. We're going to tell you all about what's happening with us. Get ready for Galentine's Day, and we will be right back. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe below. We really value everybody who subscribes. Thank you for watching. And if you could click the like button, we would also love that. And we will see you right after a break when I get my knitting out and have some water because I'm very thirsty and apparently I'm leaving this in. And we're back because there's a brief pause in the drilling.
Very brief.
This feels like we're cursed. It's like we're haunted by the construction pit.
Yeah, there's not even any workers over there. It's just the ghost of Chainsaw's past.
Honestly, the chainsaws were the most ridiculous thing. Okay, Emily.
Yes.
Hey, girl, what are you working on?
I am working on our current knit-along, or one of the two of our current knit-alongs,
Yes.
which is the Pressed Flowers by Amy Christoffers of Savory Knitting, and I'm making the cardigan, but you can make any of the Pressed Flowers patterns for the knit-along. So at the moment I'm on the back of the cardigan, and I've done one front here, and I've got one front to go, and then the sleeves. So I'm like 1.5 blouse away from getting to the shoulder shaping, so I've nearly done the back. Yeah, and I really love it. It's just so pretty. It's a little pastel rainbow.
It's really beautiful. I super love it. I'm sorry. I'm just passive-aggressively staring out the window at the noise.
Yeah.
It is great.
And look, even the wrong side is pretty.
And I mean, you found the joy of mosaic knitting for you.
Yeah, I really
maybe
like
this is your jam.
I really like it.
Maybe we finally found it. And thank God it wasn't seed stitch.
I mean, it kind of looks like seed stitch.
No, I know, but it's less painful to watch you do it.
Yeah. I do still love seed stitch though.
I know. Honestly, it's an abusive relationship, Emily.
Yeah.
We need to talk. We need to have some knitting therapy sessions.
I'm very excited about the prospect of this being finished.
Great.
So the other knit along, I'm just going to talk about it now.
Yeah.
Is the Pink Fizz by Andrea Mowry.
So on our super well planned podcast.
I saw some really pretty ones at Knit Night last night.
Yeah, they are rocking them out.
Yeah, and they are looking really pretty. Kind of breaks your concentration too. Oh, and the tram. 2
for 1. Oh, this is either going to be really funny for one episode or it's going to be really unbearable, and there's no in between.
That was just a dragon puffing.
It's just zesty. Pink Fizz, beautiful ones last night.
Yes. Wow.
Oh, they're really bolting it now that they don't have to stop. It's not great.
It's like like if you're at a wedding outside and this person's trying to do the ceremony and like massive jumbo jets keep flying overhead and just drowning out the whole thing. I feel like that's what's happening right now.
Oh, it's okay.
Except we're not getting married.
we're gonna muscle through. I mean, I'm not thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, but also thank God.
It, yeah.
Like there's some issues with that plan.
So yeah, that is what's happening.
Apart from your bigamy.
Yeah. Sidetracked.
On this podcast? Yes, the pink fizzes are coming along. There's a couple nearing completion, and we are really excited to see the outcomes of all of those knit-alongs, which I guess is a natural segue to discuss Galentine's Day. Yeah. So Emily, tell the people, what's your hot, sexy plan for Galentine's Day?
So
are you going to make a pillow with everyone's face embroidered on it?
No.
I mean, you are pretty...
I have got a lot of pillows in my queue for this party, but I'm like, do I have time to make all of these? Questionable, but it's crochet, that'll be fast. So anyway, on February 14th... No.
Just wait.
I keep forgetting.
Okay, on February 14th.
We are going to have a Galentine's party. So a celebration of like our love for our knitting community.
Yeah, so Galentine's Day is the holiday invented by the very real Leslie Knope. And Leslie Knope is the eventual head of the Parks and Recs department of Pawnee, Indiana. And this is a totally true story.
It's a TV show.
Yeah. And we love Leslie Knope, and we love Valentine's Day because, surprise, it's pink. And who does pink better than us?
And cute and kitsch.
Yeah. And so we're going to bring it. We're going to bring it for Valentine's Day.
So we're going to have a party here so that I can go nuts with the decorations and the little Valentine's cakes and things. Yeah. I've got there's mood boards. It's all happening.
It is. This all years ago, not out of nowhere, but we were just suddenly like, yeah.
Let's do this.
To not be this person, but I am who I am. Like, let's fucking send it. Yeah. So anyway, woo! Buckle up. We have a lot of party planned. It's actually just a year-long party because it turns out that as adults, that's what we want to do.
We want to have fun, and we want you to have fun.
Yeah, so we're just gonna make our job more fun so that it's more fun for all of you to watch this.
Yeah.
It's working really well.
So I guess in the not too distant future, we'll be announcing the new theme for the Flock Online.
Yes, in the very, very near future, like as in the next podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
last year we had a theme that
got derailed.
Got derailed a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're back.
We are back.
And there will be wigs.
Yeah. And humor. And ominous beeping.
And fun events.
Very fun events.
And
almost
gelato.
Monthly events. And gelato.
There's always gelato.
Probably a lot of gelato.
And gin.
Gelato is a common theme.
Gin and gelato.
That's a you thing.
I feel like we could replace the words in that Snoop Dogg song for this. Instead of gin and juice, it's gin and gelato.
It's too many syllables. Whoa. Okay, so the Flock Online announcement is coming up next week. Galentine's Day party is happening here on February 14th, starting at 6 p.m. As per usual, you will all show up when you feel like it, so come at your normal time. Don't let us hold you back. We do mean that. And also, just another reminder, we're probably going to be saying this a lot more. Please feel free to just come and hang out in the shop. Bring your friends. Because sometimes we are also busy, but do come hang out, and the sofas are always here. We always have music on. There are lots of cafes around. We are getting an espresso machine this week. Woo! Yeah, it's gonna be a big upgrade to the lounge section of the shop, I think.
Did you say an espresso or a
Nespresso? A Nespresso machine. So you can get your own capsules and bring them in with you and use the machine for free. Or we will have a small amount of them sitting there with a gold coin box. But we're not going to be drama queens about this. But also if you want your specific thing, bring your specific thing. That's a very long story about an espresso machine. Oh my God, we ramble.
Us?
Not
we
once.
stay on topic all the time.
Highly topical. Like an ointment. No.
That's what we're doing.
Woo! Keep it loose. Great. Emily, apart from, how are you making this worse?
It's a squeaky tram.
I can't. Okay, whoa.
Might have to edit some.
I don't know. I think we just leave it in. It's gonna add an extra 30 seconds. You're welcome, everyone.
It's time to go put the kettle on.
Yeah, I mean, if you're someone who does drink, get a drink. If you're someone who has tea, make a tea. But like, please perform like a full tea making with like a timer and a thermometer, the whole 9 yards.
We should warn them and get them to like do a shot every time we have to pause.
I think that's how you give
You
people
might die,
alcohol
yes.
poisoning. You could do a shot of like ginger. That can't end well either.
No.
Okay, so do you have anything else on the go right now? Or are we in a Emily's gonna frog something and transform it into something else moment? I think you should.
We haven't
talk about
decided
this. Okay.
on that. So I'm mainly focusing on this. I'm trying to get this finished.
Same, I'm feeling your
quickly.
pain.
I have got my petal party crop, but we have had some discussions about whether I should frog it and make something else, because it's not that the pattern's hard, it's just that I'm not very good at the concentration that lace needs. I've discovered.
Yeah,
And maybe later in my knitting life I'll be able to do it easier, but
you should be knitting something that you enjoy more.
Yeah.
Is my hot take, instead of soldiering on through something that you don't love. Like,
Yes.
let's reverse this. If you were Emily, I'm gonna come
Because
to
the
you.
problem is the lace goes all the way down the front and the back, so it's not like I'm gonna
There's
get
no
through the lace. Like
No.
it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Um.
And if you're not enjoying it, if you were a customer, if one of our beautiful members or Flock Online members, if they put up a post
Yeah.
and they were like, hey, I've got this problem project. Should I frog it or should I keep going? What would your advice be?
It would probably be to frog it.
Okay, so I think that you're...
I've done so much, and I've
But
spent
that's
so
a
much time
false...
going in
Emily,
and out.
that is a false equivalency, right?
Yeah, because it's going
Because
to
if
take more time to finish.
Yeah, and if you hate it because there's mistakes in it at the end, at
Yeah.
the finishing of it, that'll be worse.
And I really love the yarn. I think that's the, like, I want something in that,
Great.
because it's my colour.
We will find something else, and I think there's still
Yeah.
one skein lingering there that could be snaffled up and added to it, and then we've got a lot more options. Like perhaps a one color double take tee.
Maybe. We did see the lovely Christine's last night.
Yeah, and it was really cute.
Awesome.
So double take tee is a seamed project, gasp.
And it's a free pattern.
It's a free pattern from Espace Plico, and you use two different colors of, I should probably, it's spelled E-S-P-A-C-E space T-R-I-C-O-T. Espace Plico.
So you use two colours of fingering weight, and then you hold it double for the collar and the hem.
Yes.
And it has, because it's seamed, it has a really like crisp line down the side where the two colours are.
Yeah, it's
quite
very
fun.
cute.
And yeah, Christine made it with some Kiwiana with Rivermouth, the orangey one on the front, and a
Denim
denim
on
on
the
the back, like a dark blue. And it's really cool.
It's very cute.
So that is a temptation.
Yeah, I think that's a healthy temptation. Like
Ooh,
a
and
box
the
of
brooch I
raisins.
ordered today would look perfect.
Oh, yes. Our new photo prop. Because they are actually really great photo props. I've been using mine a lot. They're so helpful. I was actually having a moment, the digression. I was having a moment about getting rid of my brooches, and then I started using them in photos, and I was like, oh, they're so helpful. Yeah, I love them.
What are your brooches?
I know. It's a... Anyway,
Cute.
we are... So that's your only two things on the knitting. And
Yes,
you're
I
not-
still have my shawl, but I haven't done anything on that for a while. So
Yeah, I
when
mean, realistically, you're being project monogamous with several whips in waiting.
Yes. And they're kind of things that I can just pick up in between, or if something goes wrong with something, rather than being like my main project.
Which is fair. I think that's a style a lot of knitters could adopt. Having ones that are really easy to pick up and put down.
And yeah, you can just come back to it whenever, rather than having to worry about remembering everything.
Yeah, I think that's sound advice and sound planning on your part.
But I have had some recent additions to my yarn stash that are tempting me.
Where did those come from?
I don't know. Just magical apparitions.
I mean, it happens. I find yarn all the time in my house. I don't know where it keeps coming from.
Yeah.
Sometimes I find it and then I'm like, what? Did I actually?
But yeah, so I've been looking through some pattern ideas and creating some bundles.
Great.
Yeah.
And we do have a new bundle up for on Emily's
Yes,
account.
on mine.
For Aspen 4-ply and 8-ply. Yeah, which would also work really, really well in our beautiful recycled yarn Renew.
Yes.
The
For the
Wild
8
Earth
ply.
provises. Yeah, for the 8 ply, not for the 4 ply. Very
Yeah, so I was looking through my queue, things I really want, and things that would work well with that yarn I tried to pick. But they are more like my style rather than necessarily what you would recommend.
Oh, cute. Great.
So, yeah. Because you've probably got bundles that would work for it as well.
Yeah, I think my ones for like Loft and Shelter or for Rebel Light and Rebel Worsted would be a really great starting point. I will probably go in and rename those for a variety of reasons, mostly because we do have a slight change in sales focus due to a preference of, for myself, it's just been a really great experience working with the Aspen. I really loved it, and I really want to get into some Marie Wallen and stuff with it and start playing with some other ways of using this really beautiful, you know, such local yarn. It's really close to us in every single way. Every step of its life happens a place that we've been, which is kind of amazing. One
of my favorite ones in my bundles is the Susan Crawford Rose cardigan.
Yeah, that one is so cute. I love that pattern.
Yeah, it would be really cool.
Yeah. So I am, I've got a little bit on the needles, but sort of kind of like I've got pieces of things on the needles. So I am working with a new, soon to be not top secret, but at the moment top secret thing. And I'm making a new pattern. And the pattern started off relatively more simply, but then I was prompted by a really good question from Wed Knit Night last Wednesday by our good friend Val, who asked me a really good question about how to remove some bulk at certain places. And then I thought, in a drop shoulder, and then I thought to myself, I wonder if that could be applied across all of the size range that I usually make. And also, could I expand my size range by 2 sizes this time around? To answer that question, it is yes. I think I figured out how to do it on all different sizes, which is really exciting. So this is a fun experiment, and also a requisite speed knit. So this is kind of a living dangerously thing. I'm knitting something that I've never knit before, and it also has to be perfect.
Because it's going to be photographed.
Yeah, and it's going to be knit flat and seamed. So, yeah, let's do it.
And speaking of photographed, what are you wearing? We haven't talked about your jumper.
Oh, I am wearing, I think this one's called Gary. It's by Kirsten Johnstone. So this is from Wool People 13, I'm pretty sure, by Brooklyn Tweed. This is knit in Brooklyn Tweed Arbor, which is a DK 3-ply construction. So DK weight, 3-ply construction, 3 strands twisted together. Targhee wool from America. It is grown, dyed, and spun in US by the amazing people at Brooklyn Tweed, who we love their work. It's why we love working so closely with Wild Earth. There's a very similar ethos that we're trying to do of like supporting New Zealand wool and making that our big focus.
Yeah.
And honestly, that is what we've done, and it's been a great experience.
But it's so easy as well because the yarn is so nice.
It's so
nice.
It's
It's not like you're trying to sell something that you don't.
No, it's effortless.
It's like, yeah, and people can feel it as soon as they touch it. They can feel how soft it is.
And we've
They
got
love
lots
the
of good
colours.
swatches. The colors are great. And we've got lots, like, I mean, I've pounded out a couple of things in it now and really enjoyed it. So all of that coming together, it's just been a really good thing, and I'm enjoying what I'm working with, which is from Wild Earth. And we will not be shy about telling you more about it, but for right now, you should just know this is super soft. But yes, what I am wearing is Gary by Kirsten Johnstone. It is, just as a side note, it is completely open at the sides, all the way up, and I never wear a shirt under it. But if you were considering casting this on, you should just know that it has an extremely high slit. In the way that the garment is shaped, you would not want to seam it any farther down because the way that the garment moves on your body is dependent on the seam being how it is in this garment.
Yeah.
So it's if you like a split hem, have I got a split hem for you? It's like a very sporty feeling piece. It's really comfortable to wear. And it's great for these kind of transitional days where I'm a little cool, but I still want like some ventilation.
Whereas I am too hot for knitwear.
Oh, okay.
All the time at the moment.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I'm working on is the double knit button band to my,
pretty.
I have to admit, I've had a like complete 180 now that I have more of this knit on the whole cardigan. I'm actually quite surprised. I was really not, I'll be very blunt, I really loved the color in the skein and in the photographs, and then when I was knitting it up, I just was not loving it. And now that I have all the pieces finished and they're kind of laying there all together, it's like, oh, actually this does look amazing. So this is just a little double knit button band. It's my personal preference for making a double knit button band.
Well, actually, I've never done double knitting, and I don't really understand.
Yeah.
You've got all the stitches on one.
So you have all the stitches on one needle, and what you do is you knit one and slip one. So you knit one, slip one all the way to the end, and then you purl, and then you turn the work, and then you knit that stitch again. And what it does is it makes a sealed edge that travels upwards, and it's basically like knitting in the round, except you have two flat edges with a selvage on each side.
Oh no, that wouldn't work. I was thinking scrunchies, but you wouldn't be able to put the elastic through the middle.
Well,
Or unless
actually,
you do it while
you
you go.
can. You absolutely can, because you can do a different cast on and you can leave the bottom open. So you can do a provisional cast on into double knitting, and then you can make it seamless. So this would totally work for scrunchies, and they would have like a ribbon-like appearance because they would be like that.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Anyway, so there we go. So double knit. This is the
I have scrunchies on the brain today. I was talking about them with someone earlier, so.
madhouse in here.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what we're both working on. That's what's going on with the knit-alongs. And we have those announcements coming up for the Flock Online. If you're not a Flock Online member already and you want to delve a little deeper into your knitting and connect with some of the best, loveliest people in New Zealand who love to knit and around the world, please come jump in with us. It is a great time, and we are getting better by the day.
Yeah.
And it's really fun to be doing that together, and we would love to have you along with us.
It's quite a good motivator. There's a whole bunch of cheerleaders and
Yeah.
people who can lift you up or help if you have a problem or
And a really helpful brioche class,
Yes.
and some other really helpful courses that are about to become free, because I'm possibly just going to make them all free all at once.
Yeah, why not?
And then convert them over time as fast as I can. But I think at this point, it's just going to be what I do.
Yeah.
So, whew, there's so much to watch on there too. I kind of forget until we have some newer members who are a little amazed at the volume of content, because I've been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah.
And the content was pretty good to start with, but it's definitely become richer over time. So I've been really enjoying that. I've taken a very brief hiatus from it this week due to some filming difficulties due to construction at my normal filming site, which has been a great time.
Yes.
Anyway, there's a long digression. We will be back in a couple of minutes to tell you, well, a couple of seconds for you, a couple of minutes for us, to tell you about some of the stuff that's coming up with the shop. And apart from that, we will be right with you. Oh, yep, I did it again, everyone. That's right. Congratulations. So we did figure out what we have to tell you about. We also discovered a small problem with what we have to tell you about, which is...
You have to use your imagination.
Imagination. Should we do the hands? You should see a rainbow there.
Can we put the tinkle from the Willy Wonka song?
I think that would be copyrighted, but we'll look into it.
Just sing it in your head. You all know the one.
Great. So we have a restock coming in. We have had 2 restocks actually. That's the other thing we need to tell you about. Oh my goodness, we're useless. We have had a small mindful restock. So the short tips and the cables. Thank goodness, it was getting desperate in there.
Yes.
So we have a restock of our mindful tips and cables, which is actually really important news. And I believe that we've had a restock on our Symphony crochet hooks in the 4mm size, which is
yes, the one that's bulging.
I didn't want to be that person, but I was I can see that we had that restock finally, which is great news for our up and coming crocheters, including possibly myself, because we might be doing a crazy thing at the shop.
Oh yes.
With a communal crochet project.
Yeah.
Which is the other exciting thing coming up is I think I'm not going to knit in the round this year, but I might actually crochet something. Crochet something.
Yeah, fun.
I think I'm just very
And are you gonna go in it and start small?
Yeah.
With a king size blanket?
Totally.
Thought so.
I'm gonna go full.
After watching someone suffer with it for some time, you're yes, that's the one I want.
But it's the best one. So, crocheting's on the menu. Announcement number 1, apparently. Announcement number 2, this is where, again, your imagination, be strong. Be strong, our children. We have a restock, again, with many new colors. of our spin cycle coming in. So Flock Online members will get early access to this, and they'll be able to pre-order, and then once their pre-order is finished, which we normally do for about 3 days, then we will open up the pre-order to everyone. So sharpen your pens for what...
Your elbows.
Yeah. For what you are going to need quantity-wise. So get that in the books. We have a pretty much equal amount of Dream State and Dyed in the Wool coming. A big variety of colors. Some colors we haven't had in quite a while. And I believe at least 3 new to us colors. And I just want to be clear about this. I have ordered quite a bit of Ghost Ranch due to previous complaints vis-a-vis the volume of Ghost Ranch. Please buy the Ghost Ranch. And please, I hope the people who want the Ghost Ranch get it. That's all I can say. Godspeed.
We do try.
We're trying. It's actually difficult.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to keep up with these things, but we are getting better at it every day.
I would say, if I got a bit too excited there. If the Ghost Ranch sells out, there are some new colors that would go well with the Ghost Ranch, or could, replace those in your heart.
No, replace. Yeah. So we are really excited to share this with you. Please get amongst it. This is part of the new stock that we're making way for. The other new stock that we're making way for will be announced as soon as we have permission. And then it's gonna get wild up in here.
There's a bunch of stuff like about to drop.
Yeah.
Like we're like on a raft going down towards a waterfall.
Yeah, we are.
It's about to like.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
It's like, anyway, we're excited. We think you're going to be excited. And at the same time, it's going to be because we're also going to be announcing the date for our Hedgehog Fiber restock. And then the date for the pre-order. Once we've done that restock, then we will do the pre-order for the Slip Stitch Extravaganza blanket and shawl kits, which is going to be a time.
Yes.
I have them all planned out. I can't wait to start sharing the details with you guys. And I'm going to knit a very reasonable thing. An all Hedgehog Fiber Slip Stitch Extravaganza blanket. Yeah, right? Are you pumped?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know at least one customer is very excited to do it because she's made, I think, one of the other Stephen West blankets.
Oh, Ronnie.
Yeah, and her children are already fighting over who's going to get it in the will, so she needs like multiple.
Great. We're here to support everyone. I think I'm going to do this every year. I love the blankets. So I think I'm going to knit one every year as like a big project. And also because like I made so many things last year, like a ridiculous number. I'd actually rather invest that knitting speed and time into some bigger, like long lasting items, like some coats and some household items and stuff. So I'm excited to knit some
and also spreading it out as a knit along over a year, you've got heaps of time to and like if you get
super casual,
if you've had enough, you can move on to something else for a bit and then come back to it.
And then we'll have like check-in dates once the kits arrive. It should be about a 6-month-long knit along. I'm expecting that we'll kick it off after Knit Fast Dye Warm. And there's some other fun things coming up in May, so please keep some space open. Knit Fast Dye Warm is our knit along that we've already talked about. It's coming up. Start getting prepared for that. Knit flat, knit in the round, or knit one of my patterns. Those also count as the double. So if it's a knit in the round one, or not knit in the round, and it's a garment only. So it's a garment knit along. No accessories will count for this one. But there's lots of great options out there. We're happy to help you find them. We're gonna have some amazing yarn options. This is we have a banger of a year plan. And what's great is we have a banger of a year plan no matter what happens. Yeah. So, but we've said this already, buckle up. And I guess that's how we're ending it. So yeah, cool. Oh, I did it again. Oh, okay, I might edit this out well though.